I'll make this rather quick as it is very hot out and there is a thunderstorm brewing. So I just finished reading The Blessed Hope by George Eldon Ladd, and I'm in the chapter Wrath or Tribulation on page 126, and he's making an argument that the 144,000 mentioned in Revelation 7 are not the actual, or could not be the actual literal 12 tribes of Israel. He kind of leans there. He doesn't come out and strictly say it, but it's in his argument about the church being removed because we will not suffer the wrath of God. Now, focus. It is a fact that these 12 tribes nowhere appear in the Old Testament in any of the listings of the 12 tribes of Israel. Dan is omitted. Yet, according to Ezekiel 48:1, Dan is to have his portion in the land. How then can these 12 tribes be literal Jews, since they are not the literal 12 tribes of Israel? So he's making the argument that since Dan is omitted, which he is, and so is Ephraim, which he fails to list in here, they are omitted from the 144,000 sealed in Revelation chapter 7. But Ezekiel 48 actually answers that because, and I don't understand the argument, it says, "Now these are the names of the tribes from the north end of the coast to the way of Hethlon, as one goeth to Hamath, Hazar, Enan, the border of Damascus, northward to the coast of Hamath. For these are his sides, east of the west, a portion for Dan." Okay, so Dan is guaranteed, and so is Ephraim, by the way, in verse 5, to still have a portion in the millennial kingdom, which would be Christ's 1,000-year reign. Just because the 144,000, Dan and Ephraim, are omitted, doesn't mean that they lost their portion, because there were thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of Old Testament saints from the tribe of Dan and the tribe of Ephraim that will return with Christ for his 1,000-year reign. So they still get their portion. Just because they weren't mentioned in Revelation 7, that still hasn't happened yet. But we have all the Old Testament saints from the tribes of Dan and the tribes of Ephraim that are still going to get their portion. So I don't even understand his argument. God has not appointed us for the wrath to come. The church will not suffer the wrath of God during the Great Tribulation.